Dr. Indrani, how do you in fact see this bilateral between India and Russia on one side, India and China on the other side, and probably the SEO, which is now turning out to be a prominent non-Western grouping, probably challenging the Atlantic axis between the US as well as EU when it comes to the world economic networking as well as its foundations? How do you in fact see this, whether it's going to be a change or whether it's an emerging alternative?
So thank you so much for having me, first and foremost. So when it comes to the bilateral relationship between India and Russia, let me first talk about it because it is really a time-tested and special and privileged strategic partnership. We have to always remember that the bilateral relationship between both Russia and India has been based on the mutual respect and equality, which I feel is very important for two countries, and it is also based on the sovereign development of the two countries on a very mutually beneficial and long-term basis. So these are the key points which actually brings out the speciality or the time testedness of Russia and India's relationship. Whereas for India China relationship, we all know that of course the rhetorics are there about mutual respect and equality and all, but at the on the ground level, in the reality, it is not like that. So there is a difference between these two bilateral relationship. That's how I see to it. And on the SCO front, it is definitely a very important multilateral platform which is emerging strongly and strongly. And You are very right to point out that it's not anti-West, but it is actually non-West multilateral platform which is coming, and it gives an alternative. I do not want to talk about that it will derail or uproot the Western led multilateral like EU and all, but there is some kind of what do you say, specifically for global South countries, there will be an alternative where they can really have that equality and respect, which we are not seeing much in the Western led multilateral platforms. That's how I see it.
Dr. Indrani Talukdar Kartike from studio. Uh, do you
Yeah.
think after Indira Gandhi Nixon Kissinger meeting, is this the first time, because US had a deep relationship with the South Asian subcontinent and they have profoundly influenced its functioning. Do you think that this is the first time that there has been such a deadlock between an Indian Prime Minister and the US President, that both have not spoken to each other after 17th of June, though a lot of newspaper coverage had come that because when, and two publications had gone, that he was insisting that, we played a role, I played a role in, bringing peace during the conflict which we say Operation Sindhu, which is secession right now. It still continues. And the Prime Minister had to say, well, it's something between India and Pakistan. And it was on the Pakistani request. Do you think it has ever happened in past that there has so much of frost between two premiers after that era of Kissinger, Nixon, and Indira Gandhi, madam?
I really think that this is the first time that such kind of a frozen relationship which has suddenly emerged between the two heads of state, and it has actually taken the world by surprise. But at the same time, India, if you see and you we have a track record of how we have actually overcome difficult relationship between India and US based on diplomacy, and the civil nuclear agreement in 2008 is the biggest example of this. So I have a very strong feeling that both sides, as we know that India is very calm and composed at that right now, and I really believe that both the countries will be able to overcome this issue for the time being. Definitely there is a kind of an frozen way of relationship, because both sides understand that it is very, very important for not only each other but also for the security and peace at the global as well as at the regional level. And when I say that, US under the Trump administration as well understands India's value, including at the Indo-Pacific, as well as when it comes to China. Of course, we also have history of how US and China has come together. But at the same time, I really feel that India's strategic autonomy, which is the biggest, boon, if I say, which helps us to not only have multi-alignment relationship with everyone, but really helps us to balance in such a way that we are not shaken up by, all these kinds of hurdles. That's how I see it.